Alright, I've been talking into this camera for about an hour, and I just realized that the microphone wasn't recording anything. So now that I turned on the microphone on the camera, this is kind of an expensive camera, so it's got its own kind of, it's got a lot of buttons. It's not very user-friendly. I bought it because of that. I bought it a long time ago when I wanted to make a film. So it's a pretty high-end camera. I didn't realize the microphone wasn't working. So I'm going to just let you guys know what's going on. I'm going to stay an hour longer. So instead of staying 3 hours, I'm going to stay 4. I'm going to stay another hour. So I'll be leaving here at 9 p.m. All right, and the computer just turned off. Great, wonderful. Okay, it's coming back on. Anyway, so what I did for the last hour, I shot some hoops. I played a little guitar. I had to spin the spinner, so I had to go downstairs, and I had to grab an audio recording device. That way, when I come up with ideas and song ideas and stuff like that, I can record them on a separate device. That way, I don't accidentally delete them when I'm editing. So I had a spin for that. I won, so I was able to get out of the room for a little bit. What else? I drank my first drink. So now I'm going to play the pentatonic scale on the guitar. All right. I'm going to play the G major pentatonic scale using the G major pentatonic scale diagram. Something just moved on the floor. It's frightened me. I thought it was a rat or something. Anyway, that's not the point. Okay, so here's the G major pentatonic scale. I'm going to give it a shot, and I'm going to do the first position. That just means the front of the guitar, G. So here we go. That's wrong. Let me get, I'm going to move the camera down a little bit. One moment. Alright, so I've been playing the pentatonic scale now, the G major pentatonic scale, for about 10 minutes. I still am not playing it very well. I just wanted to come back to those pedals that I was teaching you guys. About last episode. The red pedal, the corrector pedal. Now it was blinking. I read somewhere that it blinks because it has a tempo tapping feature. So you could by tapping the corrector pedal, the red one, you could set how you want the vibration to be with your voice, or the vibrato, how fast you want it to vibrate with your voice, something like that. So that's why it was beating really fast. I believe that's why. I'm still learning about the pedals, but that was one thing I didn't have the answer for, so I wanted to give you that answer. So I'm just going to continue playing. I'll play the position 1 G major. I've been practicing it a little bit. Still not great. I'm very slow at it, so I'll play a little bit though. And then I'm going to shut off the camera, and I'm going to practice for about an hour or two. Alright guys, here we go. It's about, I don't know what time it is right now, but alright, never mind. Let's play this, and then I'll do that later. Hold on. Here's a G major pentatonic. Here we go. Alright, I did it accurately. Alright guys, I'm going to continue doing this for about an hour. What time is it right now? It's a good question. No idea. Alright, it's 5:22. So that means, well, I'm going to do an extra hour. So, let me see here. I think about, 9 o'clock now? So, I got about 3 hours and 48 minutes to go. Alright guys, see you guys later. Alright, I'm roasting my balls off in here. And I've been practicing I've been practicing pentatonic 2 position starting on the 5th fret. Here we go. And this is G major pentatonic. That is the 2 position. Check this out. Wrong effect though. Here. That's all I know. Anyway, that was my very basic version of Amanda by Boston. I didn't. One day I tried learning it, but I never really got into it. So that's about all I remember from that. But that's my rendition. That's all I can do. Anyway, I've been practicing my pentatonic scales, and now I'm going to go to the 3rd position. Alright, I am roasting here like crazy. The fan's on, but I don't feel anything. Oh, it is hot. Alright guys, see you guys later. 3 hours, 27 minutes to go. Position 3 on the major G pentatonic scale. Here we go. 3rd position. There we go. Alright, 3rd position of the G pentatonic major scale. Alright, now I'm going to 4, position 4. I'll be back. I don't know what time. 4th position, G major pentatonic scale. Here we go. Here's the last position, position 5 of the G major pentatonic scale. Here we go. This sounds pretty nice. There we go. I did all the positions of the major G pentatonic scale. I know, I don't know what I'm going to do. I might play a little bit more, but let me give you time. I gotta figure. So I got all right, 2 hours and 47 minutes to go, guys. All right, I'm having my second drink. I just played about an hour and a half of the pentatonic scale, the major G pentatonic scale, and I think that just confirms that me locking myself in this room for a couple hours every day is a good idea, and making it into a YouTube show is a good idea. It definitely is motivating me to work on my music. I did the whole entire pentatonic scale. Took about an hour and a half, and I can promise you, I've had those pentatonic scale notes for over a year now, and I've never went over them once in my guitar. I never once went through them. I never wanted. I just couldn't do it. I'm just pretty lazy. I don't know, but in this kind of situation where I'm locked in here, I'm able to do it. And today it's been pointed the wrong way the whole day. So anyway, guys, got the new camera. I got the new microphone. I've had this camera for like 12 years. And I mean, this is the first time I've ever used it. This was a high-end camera back in the day. Back in 2012, this was like the best camera you could get. I'm not sure why. I never used it. I bought it. I spent a lot of money on it. I don't even know why I did that. I don't know. I thought I just wasted all my money, but I guess I do need the camera. I guess, and it's perfect for this kind of situation where I am in a one room because it's a big camera. Nowadays, these cameras are very small and they're very portable and easy to use. But this camera, I basically bought everything with it, all the bells and whistles. So I still don't know where everything is though. It's all over the place. All the pieces are like kind of missing, so I got to get one more piece, and the head for the tripod, the liquid that balances the camera has evaporated, so I don't know how to balance it. I'm gonna maybe use a ruler, like a carpenter's ruler, and see if I can use that to balance the camera out, and see what else I can do to just adjust, make it easy to adjust every day. So anyway, I'm glad I'm using this camera too that I bought and paid all this money for, and bought everything, all the bells and whistles for it. I'm finally using it after 12 years, and this is the best situation for it, because it's a large camera in one stationary place, like a studio camera, and where I could, in this room I just rotate around, so this camera could easily just rotate around the tripod. So all right, I hope everything is. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. All right, see you guys later. I'm gonna finish this up. Hour and 40 minutes to go. All right, before I do anything, I'm going to meditate. I heard you should meditate 20 minutes every day. And I was watching a video last night, and it was saying something like, if you meditate 20 minutes every day, and you just picture what you want, and you picture exactly what you want, every detail of what you want, and you have, happy thoughts, not like negative thoughts, but you do stuff in a positive way, it'll happen. So I am going to meditate for about 20 minutes. And I am going to wish freedom to the world. I'm going to hope that Palestine is free. I know a lot of you don't care about Palestine, but Palestine is not just for the Palestinians. Palestine is also for the Christians as well. Palestine has always been, like the holy ground for Christians and all faith-based religions. But that's for another day. Anyway, I want to. Either way, I feel the Palestinians are being treated very cruelly, and I want their punishment to end. So I'm gonna meditate to free the Palestinians. Also, I am going to meditate to help Mother Gaia ascend to a higher dimension. So I'm going to pray for Mother Gaia, Mother Earth. I'm going to pray that she moves up into a higher dimension and I move up there with her. And all my loved ones, we all move up. So that's what I'm going to be doing for about 20 minutes. I'm going to try to do it every day. I think it's a good idea to meditate and just picture what you want and just, picture it in as much detail as you can. I'm also, I'm going to picture other things too. Some things that I want, personal, maybe selfish things like money, cars, women. Yeah, I'm going to meditate about that as well. So anyway, also being great at guitar, that's something I'm definitely going to be meditating on. And I'm going to do it right now. We should all meditate. That'd be cool if we did it all at the same time. They say, if a group of people meditate and everybody's positive and has a positive spirit about them, it can make a lot of great changes on this earth. So remember, keep your vibration high when you meditate. Excuse me. So I'm going to do that right now. That's what I was watching about witchcraft and the Luciferians and stuff, and oh man, it's weird stuff. I heard now I like rock and roll, I do. I like heavy metal, but I heard the witches, the Luciferians invented rock and roll, and they were saying stuff like Kiss is like it stands for Knights in Satanic Service, something like that. And they said the Rothschilds were the head of the Luciferians. So, I don't know. So like the Star of David has 6 sides. That also a hexagram has 6 sides. A pentagram has 5 sides, but a hexagram is also used in, I guess, spell casting, which is with the witches. So they call themselves witches. I think Lord Rothschild is like a god to them. He's their leader. I mean, this is what I heard. I don't know. I tried searching for this stuff and I couldn't find anything. But like for one day, I just got this, like I got all this information about this. So I'm still kind of in awe and I'm kind of shocked about the whole thing. They said that in every recordings record company, they have a temple. They have an altar where they do an evil seance, and they use 13 witches to cast a spell on the master tapes. So I don't know if that's accurate, but that's what I heard since the 70s. They've been doing this since the 70s, and they said, Rolling Stones, same thing. They said Mick Jagger was before he was ever a musician, he was in prison, and they found the Luciferians, picked him up, and put him in that band. So I don't know how true this is. I mean, I like rock and roll. I like rock and roll. I don't think it's evil. But, I mean, I don't know. I don't think the guy was lying. I don't think he's lying at all. I think he's telling the truth. or at least he thought he was telling the truth. Also, the show Bewitched, they said a Luciferian, a witch, actually a real Luciferian witch worked on that show. Also, Dark Shadows, that show as well. I don't know. This is a whole world I know nothing about, but I'm learning about it right now. But I think it was interesting. They said all that. So they say England's also a holy land for the witches. That's the holy land for the witches is England. Like they go to Lord Rothschild's house and they kiss the bricks on his mansion. Wow. I don't know if that still happens. I don't know any of this. I've never heard of that in my entire life. But I heard of it now, and I mean this information was around since the 70s. They also said they owned everything. They owned mobile because it's blue with a red circle, so the circle means something. I forgot, but that's some kind of witchcraft sign, and the trilateral council, I guess, is Luciferian. Also, the common something trader commons in England. That's for the witches, and I guess the main witches live in England. I've always thought England ran the United States and the world. I always thought that, and I mean this is probably why. But again, I don't know if any of this is even true, but maybe they're at war with us. Maybe the witches, their holy land is England, so they're taking over the Christian holy land, which is Palestine. So that's another way to look at it. And they say the witches don't care about skin color. They don't care about anything. They're not at war with country to country. They're at war with people that believe in Christ and people that don't believe in Christ. It's specifically Christianity they're at war with. Because I guess Christianity killed the Druids like 1,000 years ago when they invaded England. And I know all about that as well. I think, there's always some truth in everything. Even the Satanic Bible. I was reading that in the Necronomicon or whatever it's called. Necronomicon? The Necronomicon, I think that's the Satanic Bible. And yeah, I mean, what they say in that Bible, I believe some of it to be accurate. I mean, not worshiping Lucifer and all that. That's not good. Don't ever do anything. Don't do anything nasty to people, because whatever religion you join or whatever you do, you always have to worry about karma. You always will have that karma with you. It doesn't matter if you're Luciferian, you're going to do these bad things, but that karma is still there. They don't believe in Satan. They believe in Lucifer, which is their god. They call him God, Lucifer. But, I mean, Satan is basically karma. If you look at Satan punishes bad people. So, of course, the Luciferians don't believe in Satan, because they don't want to believe they all have to pay for their deeds. But they will. I mean, eventually they're going to have to cross back over to the good, right? I mean, you can only go so many levels where you get stuck, and you can't go back to God. So, the more wicked you do, I mean, they could go pretty high. They could go extremely high. They could go, I heard there's like 9 levels to go back to God, the Godhead. Just a way to imagine it, a Godhead. And we're all just like fragments, kind of like a water fountain. We're all the sprinkles of water from a water fountain. But to get back in that pool of water, it takes 9, I think now maybe, I don't know, this is going to sound weird, but there's 12 and maybe 13. It's expanding. It expands. God, I guess, is learning as well. He doesn't know everything they say, but he's learning. And we are a piece of this God that he and us were learning through each other. So it's basically about self-discovery. God is basically having us discover him from the inside out. All right, here's the first A major pentatonic scale, position 1. All right, here's the 4th position of the A major pentatonic scale. Kind of strange. My speaker's called Cube, and I'm stuck in this box. I'm really starting to regret the idea of doing another hour. It's really hot in here. 47 minutes to go. Now, I don't know anything about the economy. I'm definitely not an expert. Not even close. I'm not even an amateur, okay, when it comes to finance. But people say the stock market's going to crash. Now, I don't know. Now, if the people that run this country are evil and demonic, like I think they are, what would crashing the stock market do? It would bring a call to action amongst our politicians and our bankers, which means they would do something to try to fix the situation. Now that there's a situation, you have to fix the situation. But if you never crash the stock market, right? And Americans just keep getting poorer and poorer and poorer. We all, our taxes go up, the prices of everything goes up, cars goes up, all our taxes go up. I said that already, but our prices go up, and there's no call to action. That means there's no depression. They're not going to say there's a depression, because once you say there's a depression, there's a call to action, which means now there's a problem. But if they never say there's a problem, now it's just a new normal. Now Americans have to get used to living in a new normal. And they said that during COVID. They said this is a new normal. So that's what I think is going to happen. I think all the malls are going to go bankrupt, that to me is my Dow Jones. That is my bank crashing. That's my depression, is when not just one bank, but every bank is in debt right now. Every mall right now is failing. When every mall, I mean, these are malls. These have clothes in them. Like if you have a mom or a sister or a girlfriend, I mean, you couldn't even imagine a clothing store going out of business. I mean, women know what they're like, okay? They're like guys at a strip club, okay? You could go in there with $300. You're going to leave with nothing, and you're going to be happy, okay? And you know it. I've done it. You're going to go, and you'll be lucky if you don't hit the ATM before you leave, because you're going to be down $1,000. You're going to leave, and you won't regret it, okay? Same thing here. They're going to crash the economy without calling it. They're going to crash it without calling it. So this is kind of crazy, but I have a feeling they're not going to crash the stock market till something happens. I think they're going to keep it up just so they could say, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. You're crazy. There's no recession. There's no depression. You're crazy. I think they're going to keep it up just to make us look crazy. They're going to make us go poor, and that way there's no call to action. There's no one to help you because there's nothing wrong. That's what they're doing. They're basically like gaslighting. Yeah, they're gaslighting the American people. They're gaslighting the world. They're saying, this is your world. You're always in debt. You can't pay you're not supposed to pay off your student loans till you're 80 years old. You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to pay off. You're supposed to get a 50-year mortgage. This is the new normal. That's why they might not crash the stock market. They might not. Now, this is kind of a crazy theory that I've come up with, but it kind of makes sense when they're talking about a new normal. It's gaslighting. They want to keep the stock market high, then they can gaslight us and make us think the economy is doing good. The job numbers are all false. You know it. I know it. 2 jobs, but you get paid what? $10 an hour. $10 an hour today is not $10 an hour 3 years ago, okay? And that's sad. If you made $100,000, if you made $100,000 a year 3 years ago, that is like $70,000 a year you make now. And that's just 3 years. That's just in 3 years because of all the money they pumped up. And they know how much we make. The banks know how much we make, so they price everything right out of our reach. That way we have to go for the loans. And now we're so poor we can't go for the loans anymore. So now they're just like, you'll own nothing and be happy. So now they've come to that. Even they basically reduce us to that. They first wanted us to be debt slaves. Now we're reduced down to just slaves. So that's one way of looking at what might be happening. That's just an alternative view. Okay, that's not a mainstream view. That's just kind of like a conspiracy. I'll even call it myself. It's a conspiracy. I'm not going to say it's a conspiracy theory because they did say a new normal. But I'll say it is something to think about, something to keep in the back of your head. Anyway, yeah, I'm glad I said that. I'm glad I stayed an hour longer because I wasn't going to, I probably wouldn't have said that. And that's something I wanted to talk about. I just forgot about it. Anyway, guys, we don't just learn about guitar here and music. We learn about everything. We learn about the world around us. And, oh yeah, I said something about Britney Spears. I just want to clarify it. When I said she went to a hospital, I just meant we know that she's having problems. Not that she's a bad person or she should be embarrassed or anything. We've all been to, needed help at some time. I went to a hospital once, for a while, but I didn't need it really. I mean, that's my opinion, but not really, But we all need help sometimes. It's nothing to be ashamed of. I didn't mean anything by that. I love Britney. I think she's a survivor. I'm glad she's in this world. Oh yeah, and Jimmy Buffett. Jimmy Buffett was the man. I never realized how cool he was till I became 40 years old. I never realized it. When I was working in a factory, doing these crappy hours and just hating life, I would drive home. I had the Sirius radio. I had it for like a trial period. And I was falling in love with it. I was loving all that music, and it made me feel free. It was definitely escapism. So that's sad that he has left us. That is totally sad. I know a Jimmy Buffett song. I never played it. I played it today. I tried. I did okay. Better than in some parts. I did better. Some parts I don't know why. I think I was playing the wrong chords. But anyway, it's sad he's gone. I would love to play with him. I mean, I would love to have been on stage and us play together or something like that. Or I'd love to have made a record with him or something. Anyway, guys, I'm just killing time. I don't know what else to do. I did everything I wanted to do today. I'm very happy. I hope this camera is actually recording and I'm not just talking to myself and all of this just gets erased. I hope I can edit. This camera is very advanced. I kind of just set it up. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go before I make this too long. All right. See ya. Bye. This was a 5-hour session. My first 5-hour session done. And you can hear that bell. That means I'm done. All right, guys. See you guys later.